Presented by RomulusIT.com, offering remote support for common computer problems.
And you mentioned federal budgets and debt. This seems to be something that has changed recently across a lot of Western nations, where they are significantly heavy in debt on, debts that don't seem like they'll ever be able to be paid off. Is that something that concerns you, or what do you think about these enormous levels of debt at a lot of federal levels across nations these days?
It concerns me greatly. And debt, it has to be paid at some point in time. And if debt is monetized like we do in the United States, that all that can do is mess up the marketplace of currencies. Ever since 2013, when the Federal Reserve was created here in the United States, our dollar has lost almost 100% of its original value because of inflation. And this all has to do with monetary policy and what's happening to our currency. We went off the gold standard, and as a result, we can print money, and unfortunately, that's what we're doing, and other countries are doing also. And you're flooding the marketplace with dollars, in this case, that just devalues the purchasing power of your currency, and that concerns me because the decline in the purchasing power impacts your earnings, impacts your businesses, and then you have the whole problem of the Federal Reserve controlling interest rates. Interest rates should be a reflection on the cost of doing business, and not on some arbitrary figure that the Federal Reserve decides that's what it should be. And as a result, money is cheap in this country, and corporations and banks are borrowing that money at a low rate, and then either using that money to buy back their own stock. They don't invest it in their companies too much, but banks wind up lending it out at a higher rate. Now that's not a reflection of the market. And the sooner the Federal Reserve gets out of manipulating our currency and letting the dollar and the interest rates reflect the true market, the better off we're going to be. But every country that I know of that has been doing this is in for a rude awakening. The chickens are going to come home to roost one of these days, and everybody's going to lose.
This episode is brought to you by Romulus IT, offering fast, affordable remote support for common computer problems, including troubleshooting, health checks, virus removal, and software support. Visit RomulusIT.com to get your computer back on track.